All right, in this episode of Drive Through Math, we're going to go ahead and talk about the converse of the Pythagorean theorem and proving whether or not a triangle is a right triangle. So let's jump right into it. Now, in order to do this, we have to use the Pythagorean theorem itself, and the formula for that is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now we're given three side measures for these so-called right triangles, and we have to plug them into that formula. Now remember that the two shorter lengths, they represent A and B, and the longer side, which in a drawing would be directly across from the right angle in a right triangle, that will be your C, the hypotenuse. So in this problem we have 11 squared plus 15 squared is equal to 17 squared. And basically we have to solve this equation, all of its parts, and prove whether or not the left side is equal to the right side. If both sides balance, then we have a right triangle. If they're not the same, we do not have a right triangle. So let's do 11 squared. That's going to give us 121. 15 squared is 225. And 17 squared is 289. And all we do now, boys and girls, is just add up these two sides right here and say whether or not that is equal to 289. Now, from looking at this, you should know right away that the two sides of the equation are not going to be equal to one another. But let's go ahead, just for the sake of doing the problem with fidelity, go ahead and add 121 plus 225. We're gonna get 346, and that is in no way, shape, or form equal to 289. So we're gonna say that this is not a right triangle. So click no, move on to the next problem. Okay, so in this problem, we're given the side lengths of 7, 8, and 11. 7 and 8 both represent the legs, and 11 is our hypotenuse. So we go ahead and solve what we can on the left side of the equation. 7 to the power of 2 is 49, and 8 squared is 64. 11 squared is 121, and when we add 49 plus 64, we get 113. And 113 is not equal to 121. So again, we have another example where we do not have a right triangle. Click no, move on to the next problem. All right, let's see if this one gives us a right triangle. So we have the side lengths as 12 miles, 16 miles, and 20 miles. Plug that into the Pythagorean theorem. So we have 12 squared plus 16 squared is equal to 20 squared. All right, so 12 squared is 144. 16 squared is 256, and 20 squared is 400. Now let's add these two right here on the left side. 144 plus 256, and what do you know? We get 400 on the left side of the equation, and we have 400 on the right side. And because this equation is balanced, we can safely say that we have a right triangle in this problem. So click yes, and there you have it. That's how you find the converse of the Pythagorean theorem and proving whether or not a triangle is a right triangle. Catch you on the next episode.